are full of USANA product. Let's go! Today we're heading to Orlando. Take a picture.
For cellular nutrition, and I brought from my place. This is a toy cell, and I love this one. And I would love to ask a quick question: how many cells the human body has? Really quickly. Director of Health, Science, and Education.
Woo! Real good look at everyone's face first. This is a very nice, cozy, intimate session. Now you may think that, hey, we have a scientist from home office. Do we need to learn as attending a lecture? No! Today will be a fun, today will be a very interactive session. You see what I did here? I was about to put my...
Oh no!
It's called situational awareness, which I think, based on the many years of supplementation, helps me to be more aware of my situation, right?
Yes.
Always look away from my shoulder, right? Back to my shoulder, not only that, potential harms may come from visual signal. We have a lot of damages and occurs inside our body as well, which is unseen to our naked eyes. So, as what Yani had read kind of introduction, right? My name is Kenny. I tend to speak fast because why? I think fast, right? I represent home office to talk to everyone about the USANA difference, about general health in general, of course. Now, for those who have attended my sharings before, can I have a show of hands? Those who have attended my sharings before, everyone new to me here? 1, 2, okay, cool. My style of training, where we learn about science, I want to make it layman. I want to make sure everyone understands. And I will role play during my sharing. Now, disclaimer, I do not have split personality disorder. Sometimes I refer myself as third person. Sometimes I role play just to make sure everyone understands the challenges or the potential situational, how to put it, handling objections that we have.
And at the same time, I says, okay, what am I going to do? I know I can't get the nutrition from the food I eat. Okay, I can eat all the food. Okay, we talked about beta carotene here just a few minutes ago. I did an analysis. How many carrots do I need to eat for my body weight in order to get my recommended daily requirement of vitamin A? I would have to eat 267 carrots every day to get my minimum daily requirement of vitamin A if I ate only carrots. And of course that's gone down because the quality of the food that we eat has gone down, and we all know that we need to supplement. And we need to supplement with good products because we don't want to put any poisons in our body. We don't want to make ourselves worse by eating bad nutrition. But at the same time, I was smart enough to know that the nutritionists work together, right? I hadn't heard about USANA, so I started buying from everybody and started trying to manufacture my own little supply. And every Sunday, watching football games, I'd be filling out the bottles. And I was hoping I was getting better. I wasn't feeling any better, but I was hoping I was getting better, doing what my doctor asked me to do. And then I decided that I needed to put myself back out in the market, right? Go dating again. I need to get myself in order, and so I have to take care of myself. And I met my wife, who's out there with a little baby wandering around, Jishi, and she's a USANA associate, and she introduced me to USANA, and I read the book. Of course, it was the 4th edition when I read it. And not only did I read the book cover to cover, but I went into the bibliographies and I read the bibliographies so I could do the studies of the science and so forth. And I said, that looks like a lot better than what I'm doing, so I'm going to go do that. And in the first month, in the first 3 weeks, I stopped needing one of my medications anymore. I was taking Prilosec off it was the, at the time, prescription drug. And I stopped needing it. And I haven't needed it ever since starting with the health pack. And then I started getting more energy and I started dropping more of my medications off of the list. And I started losing weight. I got more energy, so I started walking more. So getting to my office on the 7th floor, I parked my car the farthest part in the parking lot, walk there, walk up the 7 flights. Lunchtime, I'd walk myself down to the coffee shop, walk myself back up afterwards, walk myself back down. So 4 times up the 7 floors, and in 8 months, I lost 80 pounds. And while I was doing that, I was learning more about USANA. And so I started adding products to my program, the protein mix at the time, the white packages, you remember those? And I was doing that, and I was learning how to make those shakes, because I love to have a different shake every morning, so I'd be adding fruit, so I was getting real creative with them. And working that, and my eyesight started getting better. Because at the time I started, I was on bifocals. I had special classes for reading my computer, I had special classes for driving home at night and being a CEO. I was always driving home at night. And then I loved fishing, so I had 2 pairs of polarized bifocal fishing glasses, which were about $600 a piece. But at the time, the first thing I noticed was that I stopped needing glasses for watching the computer. They kept staying right here. I'd pick them up, set them down, and I'd do that. And the next thing I knew, I didn't need the glasses to go to my driving at night. Next thing I know, I'm going to single lenses. Next thing I know, I qualified for a CDL twice with no glasses. That's not supposed to happen, by the way. That's not supposed to happen. So I went down to talk to the scientists down there and talk about their Vision X program. And sure enough, we learned an awful lot together. And then we come back, and it took about a year and a half for that to take place. And by the time that 8 months had gone, I'd lost the weight, I got off all of my medications, and I moved back into my house on the mountain up in Anchorage. When I was getting a divorce, I moved out. Okay, I had to go to one of my other properties. Okay, and she got all the paid-for properties, and I got all the mortgages. Okay, so I got the house on the mountain back, and I decided I owned this big nice house on the mountain, and I decided I would move back up in it. And what I would do is I would go and load up my van, took the seats out, I loaded up the van with books and boxes and so forth. And then I drive to work, and then after work I drive up the mountain, walk them up the 3 flights of stairs, drop them off, come back down, repack them. And in a month, 30 trips, and move back up into my mountain house. And it was amazing the transformation and how much better I felt because I had started this USANA package of taking the products. And then I learned about the tax benefits of being in business, home-based business, and I am using the tax deduction you get. So I became an associate. Progressed through all of that, and I'm Yeah. So she introduced me to USANA, saved my life, and now this is my wife. Since that time, years have passed, and we've grown. Neela was already with USANA. She's also the director, and Neela is GC's daughter. And so since that time, other things have happened. One of the things that I want to go back and say is that nothing that I say or will say or have said indicates that USANA can cure or prevent any disease or anything like that. Okay? But it's hard for me to talk about that because I have stories. I know what they did for me. And I've got people all over the place and know what it has done for them. I've got this gentleman who's 77 up in Anchorage, and he just took one of his friends to the hospital and laid hands on him, and he's less staged than my wife. And we tried to go down the path, but he couldn't get out of his couch when we met him. He couldn't get out of his couch. Len John is a preacher, and he couldn't preach. He's a native Alaskan, he's a veteran, and he's exposed to Agent Orange asbestos. And had back problems and all kinds of problems. And had pulmonary fibrosis. And he said, well, they can't do anything about it. And he was on his program, he got on his USANA program. He goes back and his doctor says, I don't know where that fibrosis went. He is preaching, he's visiting hospitals, he's traveling, he's doing his mission for God, and USANA is going to enable him. I want to talk about my wife again, but she started with USANA in 2012. In that realm, she had then quit. And then she started feeling poorly, and she thought she was having trouble, so she went on a trip thinking she was going to die on this trip. She didn't want to die. This is before I met her. And then she comes back and she starts on USANA again, and she's been taking USANA from being a USANA advocate through many courses, talking to lots and lots of people. And this year, getting her on a new insurance program, and they had her go in for a body scan. And in the body scan, they found a tumor. And this tumor is as big as my thumb. And if you go in here, and in here, and go to the center, that's where that tumor is. It's gone. And the neat thing about this is that the age of the tumor is before her start of USANA, but her tumor is inert and calcified. What has she been taking? She's taking the health packs, she's been taking the cell essentials, and then when it came out in 2018, the Cobra Prime and the Vision X, and she's doing fabulous. And she's had two MRIs now without any growth or any change whatsoever. There's no reason to operate. I'd have to say that the timing and the sequencing and everything is it's amazing what your body will do when you feed it the right stuff. Thank you. I want to send my personal thanks back to all the scientists. And one of the things that I want to do, encourage our company to do more of, is the testing and certification and the publication and be able to do the actual proofs do this, the copoprime proof that was done in Australia, for instance, to be able to say, this stuff works. It works so well. People get better. Okay? You can start out with a really healthy person and they can stay really healthy for a long time, but most of us have something.
Yes.
Okay? And the people that we meet need what we have. And if we have the ability to say, this is better than acute medicine, okay, then that's great. When you need acute medicine, you need it, okay? But why wait till you need it? Get yourself going. I know we're all gonna die sometime, but why don't we live longer, happier?
Yes. That's right. Yes, that's true. That's true.
So, I talked to Dr. McMillan not too long ago. If you don't know, this is on the web.
Yes.
Okay, you can search by individual target products and so forth. We have both consumable nutrition and we have topical nutrition. Okay, this isn't just face cream. This is nutrition. Okay, and it works. I use all these products. I love them to death.
Yes.
So now, going down that path, I want to encourage to talk about things. As a matter of fact, we had our friends here from the local School of Traditional Chinese Medicine. They're all getting their doctorates in traditional Chinese medicine. And they're all very much impressed. And my daughter here, Mila, she's getting her doctorate. And so we want to reach out and talk about and touch people to show that it's all integrative. What we do, we're not just a nutritional company, we're a lifestyle company, right? We talk about, it takes the nutrition that we eat, it talks about the environments we live in, it talks about the activities that we do. I love to do videos, get out and go and say, get up, get out, get active, right? You gotta get up, you gotta get out, you gotta get active, you gotta be there, but you gotta feed your body the right things. So thank you all who are here, and then be able to share and be able to get out and encourage you more to share these products with everybody you know that, so that they can choose to have a choice. And there is a big difference. If they're already taking nutrition, I bet you they can't tell you where it came from. I bet you they can't tell you the source of the ingredients. I bet you they can't even tell you where the manufacturing facility is where the pills are filled. Okay? I will also tell you that I have enough experience with enough other products to know that this, albeit premium quality, premium price, is less expensive than the crap that's out there.
That's true.
So, help folks not take the crap. All right?
And you have so much belief and passion, and that's imparted, and I thank you for that. It's great. Also, two other things. Dave Peters, that was beautiful.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Sharing your heart about products and testimonials. If you did that in a big public room, we'd all be arrested. Thank you very much. And last acknowledgement is Bruce and Sherry. It's their anniversary, 10 years. Wow. So, tomorrow they're getting on a boat and they're going on a cruise. So happy anniversary.
You said that would be great.
That's mine. You always talk about science, but let me define this. I'm not gonna just talk about science. I'm gonna talk about the resources that we have, that you could be a brand partner, you could be our associate, you could be a newcomer in thing, that we have the, I would not say unlimited, but we have very good resources for everyone who's passionate to learn about health, who's passionate to learn about science. We have that readily available for you. Now, how many here today are actually first time to USANA or first time to get to know USANA? Helen, my friend here, my friend there, 4 of you here. Now, you may think that is this a boring session? No, since Yani had invited me, I would not make this boring. I'm going to make this as fun as possible. Rose and I had a conversation about the potential challenges or what's the potential misunderstandings about health.